Messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too encore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dart. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Shang. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house show. Don't make it shit, you gotta show them U.P.K rules. I'm making it like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole part. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fart. They ain't locked in with the count and when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. And I just made it call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Shalom, 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 Israel. This is I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica, under commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? I.S.U.P.K started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run by Commanding General YAHANNA, the one man with the rank and the authority to lead Israel at this time. I say Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Barakatham to my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai to my sisters. All right, so today we are going to address the whole Valentine's Day situation. We know everybody, you know what I mean, majority of people right now is in that Valentine's Day spirit. You understand? Getting ready to celebrate Valentine's Day, getting ready to buy that gift, you know what I mean? Celebrating this heathen custom that has nothing to do with the God of the Bible. As a matter of fact, the Most High is against it. And you as the children of Israel, you should not celebrate Valentine's Day. And see, you get punished for that. All right, so what we are going to do now to the class, tonight is the Tuesday night brotherhood class. We teach Israel to live brotherly with each other, brotherly and sisterly. You know what I mean? Because we know that is lacking amongst us. As Benjamites, the tribe of Benjamin here in Jamaica, there is no brotherhood, there is no love amongst us. You understand? That is evident with the amount of murder that you see going on. You understand that our so-called leaders claim that them can't manage the amount of crime and violence that them see. When we know that the root and cause of that is really, you know what I mean, these political parties and the oppressor. We're not going to get into that today, though. Zin, but the job of the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, YAHANNA, is to teach you how important it is to love each other. Because nobody no love you, you know. No nation on this earth, whether it be the Moabites, which are the Chinese, the Ammonites, the Japanese, Esau, the Edomites, that is the oppressor, the Arabs, you know what I mean? Nobody loves you. You understand? So why give them a head start? Why help them out? Why not just show each other love? You understand? Why not just show each other the love that nobody else, you know what I mean, shows to us? See? But this love won't come through Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is a holiday pushed on us by the oppressor. I mean, we never know nothing about Valentine's Day before we come over here in slavery. See? We never know nothing about that. And this same holiday as the rest of them, like Christmas, Easter, all of them, where them get pushed through. Who pushed them? No other than the Christian church. No other than the Christian church. Christmas is the worship of Nimrod or Tammuz. See? Easter is the worship of Ishtar. You understand? These are all idols. Valentine's Day is the worship of Lupercalia or Lupacus. You know what I mean? Along with Romulus, Remus, you know what I mean? Aphrodite, which the word hermaphrodite come from. You know what I mean? And we know what a hermaphrodite is. See, hermaphrodite is actually a Greek mythical god who is the son of Aphrodite, and he born with both genders. Romulus and Remus is two homosexual twins, see, who was raised by a dog, by a she-wolf. See, all idolatry and nonsense, you know. You know what I mean? And you have to find out, say, Christmas have a similar stupidity to its origin, as well as Easter, as well as all of these holidays that our oppressor pushed away. And who pushed them? The Christian church. So, all right, when you see we go so now, boop, and we come out strong against the Christian church, we don't know if we look upon we as evil. We don't know if we look upon we and say, yo, we are Satan. We don't love God. As a matter of fact, we are the real people upon the earth right now defending the cause of the Most High. We are the real people who actually teach the Bible. The Christian church now do it. The Rastafari community now do it. Is the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, YAHANNA, I teach the Bible. And we are teach our people what idolatry is, because if you follow the Christian church, all right, even tonight, see, every church I keep tonight, you know, Valentine's Day night, February the 14th. And what will they have tonight? They will have couples night on Valentine's Day. And they're going to hand out flowers to each other. See? They're going to give gifts to each other. And of course, you know, the pastime will benefit on the day, because the pastor the biggest hustler on the face of the earth, and him not gonna miss out on a holiday. Him not gonna miss out on Easter. Him not gonna miss out on Christmas. Definitely not Valentine's Day. And him gonna profit tonight when the offering show, because tonight is the night of gifts. But the church, they will be celebrating Valentine's Day tonight. But what is Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day is really idolatry. And Valentine's Day is against the God of the Bible. But we would have thought that the Christian church is all about worshiping the God of the Bible. So why are they celebrating Valentine's Day? Why are they pushing, you know what I mean, Christmas? Why are they pushing Easter? and all these idolatrous religions. Just like what we told you before, the Christian church is this religion given to us by the oppressor. See, it is an embodiment of all the idolatrous customs of the past. You understand? Even the Virgin Mary, she is really Diana. You know what I mean? She's really, you know what I mean, the mother of what? Fertility. The mother of God, Diana. What them call her? I don't remember her correct name right now. But the mother of God. When the Bible never tell you, say Mary is of any divine nature. She's just a young woman who bear the king of Israel. That's all it was. But the Christian church embodied this, you know what I mean, long time idol worship of this, you know what I mean, this so-called God, and turn it into Mary. You know what I mean? That is why our people can't look upon the holidays them and see, you know what I mean, that they are evil because the Christian church polish them up. The Christian church say, well, if you don't see them bow down to a statue, which the Catholic church does, they bow down to that Mary statue and pray to Mary. And we know that every Christian church come from the Catholic church. See, the Catholic church is the mother of all churches. See? So, but regular Protestant Christian churches, you know what I mean, would want you to think that, well, you don't see us bowing down to these statues like what the Bible says. So, you know what I mean, are these idols? So, this is not idolatry. One excuse where them make for Christmas is, well, even though Christmas is or originates from the worship of some idol back in the past, well, we are celebrating the birth of Jesus. It can't go so. You can't drink from the cup of devils and the cup of God at the same time. That's how the Bible says. I'm paraphrasing. You understand? That's how the Bible says, but we know the Christian church don't teach the Bible. The only place that teaches the Bible and teach you and makes the Bible practical, because if you follow the Christian church, even for simple situations like that, where you say, well, it is clear that Valentine's Day is idolatry. You understand? So why is the Christian church who's supposed to be, you know what I mean, the teachers of the Bible celebrating Valentine's Day? Them think they'll make a turn from the Bible and feel like say the Bible fault. But that's not the Bible fault. We in the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, YAHANNA, what we do, you know, we make the Bible practical so you understand it and know that this is what the Bible says, this is how it's applicable in real life. I will bring out why you must not worship an idol and what an idol really is. You understand? So we have a breakdown Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Remember to like, share, subscribe to I.S.U.P.K Jamaica on YouTube. Follow our page on Facebook. We're on TikTok as well. We're on Twitter. You know the thing go. We post short videos on Twitter. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And if you have questions or a comment, you can just type it in. So God bless you. Up, God bless. See? All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to jump to an article. You understand? And we're going to read a few articles and show you what really is Valentine's Day and what all the symbols surrounding Valentine's Day really represent. See? So this article is a NBC Washington article, and it says, and bear in mind, this is a mainstream article, you know, they would be the ones defending Valentine's Day, but them can't ignore it in a time now when everybody have the internet. There's no excuse for us not knowing. You understand? There's no excuse for us not knowing. And this mainstream article who would want to add, if you go up on NBC station, you will see all sort of Valentine's Day advertisement. So they benefit from it. See? So for them, I tell you now, say, well, Valentine's Day kind of come from a little shaky, you know what I mean, beginning, you know. You know what that means? That means that it is obvious. So the question is, why the Christian church don't know? Or them know, and them just don't care. You know what I mean? Of course, we know that the Christian church is the house of sin. All right. So this says, Valentine's Day, the not so sweet history behind Valentine's Day. This is NBCWashington.com. And it says, when most people think of Valentine's Day, they envision a bouquet of red roses, a heart-shaped box full of chocolate. All right, we did a video and we broke down that heart shape. See? When you have the time, you can go check that video out. Of course, we are going to cover it, but probably down to the end of this class. You understand? Let me continue reading. A heart-shaped box full of chocolates and perhaps even someone they love. And while that is what Valentine's Day has evolved into, the romantic holiday hasn't always been so sweet. Right, so even though Valentine's Day has evolved to romance and love, which the word romance comes from the Romans, which are the oppressor, the slave master. You understand? Of course, we know how defiled and sexually deviant our oppressor is. You understand? So Valentine's Day's origin is not so sweet. It wasn't always about love and romance and kisses and hugs and presents. We'll continue reading. See? The exact history of Valentine's Day is a bit murky, but some historians believe the holiday is linked to Lupercalia. You understand? And what is Lupercalia? I will tell you. A pagan festival. See? We here in Jamaica, we know what paganism is, you know, because we born pagan in Jamaica. Because pagan have a lot to do with other worships of other gods. That is what paganism is. See? And but the deeper meaning for pagan is anybody who's not an Israelite, just like Gentile. You understand? That is to say that here what? The Israelites have the true and real God. Everybody else are pagans because the gods that they worship is not the God of Israel. You understand? So they are pagans. You understand? They are not our people. They are idolaters. You understand? Let me continue reading. Zane? Let me continue reading. A pagan festival that was held annually between February 13, I want to pay attention to this, between February 13 and February 15. See, so this holiday was between February 13 and February 15. Let me continue reading. In ancient Rome, the festival was intended to purify the city and facilitate fertility, but it fostered ominous rituals, including sacrificing animals and beating women. Let me explain that now. So now, this holiday, Lupercalia, it suspiciously was around the time of Valentine's Day, but really between the 13th to the 15th. We know that Valentine's Day is the 14th. You understand? All right, so them claim this festival was to purify the city and to make women fertile. So what them used to do? What was the rituals them used to do? Well, them used to sacrifice animals. What animals? Goat. And you might say nothing wrong with that, but them also sacrifice dog. You understand? Them also sacrifice dog. And my assumption is it have to do with that Lupercus dog, that she-wolf, that fed those two twin brothers who are homosexuals. Those two Roman founders, twin brothers, Romulus and Remus, which are gays. See? That dog now was said to be their nursing mother. You understand? And the whole nation of Rome, that is their story. Like, you know, America have the founding fathers, right? And our kingdom, the nation of Israel, we have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we talk about how our forefather have a covenant with the Most High. See? Well, Rome, their founding history is that the founders were two twins who were abandoned and a she-dog, a wolf, found them and breastfeed them and take care of them. We know that no sound sensible to our people. You understand? And this is talking about Lupercalia. This is where Valentine's Day come from. So, if you leave that alone by itself, we know our people would never celebrate Lupercalia because we now celebrate no dog a breastfeed no picnic. And nastiness that way. Same way like how when the Chinese them eat dog in a Jamaica. We burn them out for that. We don't find that amusing. Enough people don't eat at the Chinese restaurant because they don't know if a dog them a eat. So we don't find them things they're funny. That goes to show you that we have a different spirit as a people. You understand? We're different. We're all about cleanliness and all them things. Of course, we know we go off enough time following the oppressor. See, we follow the oppressor and we eat pigs and all them things as a people, which we're not supposed to. But for the most part, we don't partake in a foolishness. Anything when not sound right, we not deal with. But guess what? The reason why you celebrate Valentine's Day is because of the Christian church. Them polish it up. And it get polished up from the Romans or the Roman Catholics who are the founders of Christianity. That's why we always tell you this. Come out of the Christian church because we're there and we know there's something wrong, you know. We know something is wrong. We know we not do something right when it comes to pleasing the Most High, but we can't put a finger upon it. You know what I mean? That's why we give thanks for the I.S.U.P.K and the command in general, YAHANNA, because them point out the things them we are doing wrong. Because if we never have people who scan through the Bible and teach it and break it down the right way, we wouldn't know what we were doing wrong. In general, that is all we know. Me especially before me find the truth. We don't know what we are doing wrong out there. We just know say, boy, coming like life does curse. You understand? And that enough Israelite, most Israelite can agree with that sentiment that life seems like it curse for we as a people. But we don't know what is causing it. What is causing it is that we inadvertently worship other gods. And we think because we worship with the Christian church, we think that is the house of God. And we go in there, we clap, and we sing, and we hallelujah. Enough people get in a spirit and do one bag of thing, and you know what I mean? And them wonder still, oh, we stay as a people. All right, when we go back to evil, the crime situation, we're going to come back to the article. Just a reason a little bit. See, if you have so much church here in Jamaica, why we have such an immoral problem here in Jamaica? Why are we murdering each other at the rate that we are? And a church upon every corner here in Jamaica. That should have make our people suspicious enough to know, say, yo, something wrong, you know. Something definitely wrong. Something definitely wrong with the Christian church. But like me say, this festival named Lupercalia, it is what Valentine's Day comes from. You understand? And it is the Christian church that backs it up nice, pretty it up, and give it to we as this holiday of love. And inadvertently what we do, celebrate and worship this idol, you know what I mean? And thinking that we are celebrating love. We do the same thing with Christmas. We do the same thing with Easter. Just name the holidays them. And it is the Christian church that is the forerunner, you know what I mean, and promoters of these so-called customs, where the Most High used to kill our foreparents for, punish us severely, because to him it no make no sense. Why would you worship some foolishness? I have a real God here we can destroy your enemies. We can make meteor come out of the sky and, you know what I mean, send chariots, which the world today call UFOs or whatever, and destroy nations. Why would you now go and worship a filthy, disgusting she-wolf or a cow? You understand? We would have known better in today's day, you know, hadn't it been for the Christian church. If it never was the Christian church, we would have come to some level of common sense. Because guess what? Enough people turn away from the Bible because of where them see I go on at the church. So we just put the church and the Bible in a one big, you know what I mean? Paint it with one broad brush. When if the church never hijacked the Bible, we'd have, you know what I mean? Look on Paul Bogle. Paul Bogle was a Christian pastor, and when him take up first and second Maccabees, you know, him lego that God love everybody foolishness, you know, and realize that him people are get oppressing now. When do? Him burn down the courthouse. I mean, I say if you go out there and burn down the courthouse, I know that we are said. We just say the Bible don't give you that spirit of Zine. The Bible don't give you that spirit of hallelujah. No, not that in the Bible. We read it. The Bible is a book all about, you know what I mean, revolution. Even Yahawashi Mashiach, with the world called Jesus Christ. See? He was a revolutionary. He wasn't that gay-looking Jesus that the oppressor paint and give it and the Christian church push power. He was a strong black man, you know. You understand? All right, I come back to this now. See? All right, so it also said that Lupercalia, which is Valentine's Day, also include not only the sacrificing of dogs, but also the beating of women. Why them beat the women them? The young women them would come out and them want them to be fertile. So what them do? After sacrificing the dog, they would take out the parts of the dogs and they would whip the women them with the parts of the dog, thinking that this would make them fertile. Isn't that abuse? So Valentine's Day, which is supposed to be the holiday of love and compassion and coming together in romance, see, it is embedded in abuse of women. If our sisters did know this, we know that our sisters, they are the ones, they are the champions of Valentine's Day, because that is the day them get gifts and them get brought out to hotels and, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Them get treated on that day. But if them know that the day was embedded in abusing of women, I don't feel like our sisters would have celebrated Valentine's Day. You understand? It would explain now why our women have problems in them relationship and our marriages as a whole, as a people, have problem. And we're going to break down more and show you the spirit behind this day is really counterproductive to strong and healthy relationship and marriage. You understand? The real spirit behind this day is the opposite of what you think this day represents. See? Let me continue reading though. It says the festival traced back to the 6th century, and according to Roman mythology, it was the honor of the Roman fertility god Lupercus, and the she-wolf. So the she-wolf name is Lupus or Lupa. You know what I mean? So the she-wolf is this whole, you know what I mean, Lupercus foolishness. This is the same, it I go tell you. See, who nurse, so this it has said the she-wolf, which is the dog, who nursed twin brothers Romulus and Remus, the future founders of Rome. Of course, we know that no story no go so for real, where no she-wolf never give no find no two twin brothers nowhere and breastfeed them. But that is how the mind of the oppressor work. They think that that is honorable. You understand? Then you wonder why we went through what we went through in slavery. Because we were under a man that thought it was honorable for his national hero to be fed breast milk from a dog. Then you wonder why he behave like a dog. Then you wonder why I love him dog so much. Then you wonder why white women have sex with dog. You understand? Because them whole thing is about dog. Them trace them history. When them trace them history and go back, See? Them not find where we find, when we trace our history. When we trace our history, we find the covenant with the Most High, What they find is their ancestor being raised by a she-wolf. And in their mind, Rome was the greatest kingdom on the face of the earth. And Rome, to some extent, is still ruling today. Of course, now, America is an extension of Rome. You understand? But these customs, they never lost it. See, I'm like, oh, all right, we lost our culture, because of slavery. They never went into slavery. They never lost their culture. So them know about the dog. Them know about the Greek homosexuality and all of them things there from back them time there. And now you see it and manifest in a them when them at them peak. You see them a push homosexuality, LGBT, all sort of thing, because when them go back to the Greek and the Romans, that them fine. And them pride themselves in that. But when we search our history, we don't find that. And that we find, we find a covenant, we find responsibilities, meaning we can't do what them do. We find our God, I tell we said, don't follow them and them homosexual thing. Don't follow them and them worshipping of dogs. Don't follow them and them bull worshipping and all sort of foolishness. Our God tell we say we are a holy people to him. Meaning separate, meaning we are mix and a mingle with them nasty people over there. So. But we not listen. And they make we go under slavery under them as a punishment, which makes sense when you think about it from a father perspective. If you don't listen, your father will leave you to the people them where you want to follow. If your father tell you, say, Virgin, stop par them youth they don't do so. You know what I mean? And you're still a par with them. Your father tell you, say, yo, them are broken up people's house. You see? Them are fire gun. Them are do all sort of evil things. And you don't want to listen. One day your father will kick you out of the house and you go left to them and you see him friend will murder you. And you go to jail for something, you know what I mean, where you're involved in it. I see him thing reach we with the Most High. We never suffer so. We pride ourselves as the chosen people of God. Nowadays we see some semblance of it, we can see it, with the gifts and the talent and the culture where we have, But we are so far. We're not in the peak like one time. We don't have a nation like one time. Can you imagine if we still in our homeland and keep the Most High laws? Look how we there so as slaves and we are dominate the earth. Imagine if we were in our homeland. See? Keeping the Most High laws, we would rule the earth. That would be our place. Not as slave. We would be the rulers of this earth. You understand? So that is what we know. We used to pride ourselves in being God's chosen people. We name. Even we name Israel in the Hebrew, Yashar, which means the prince, Allah of the power, our God, which of course the Muslim them say Allah and think that is the name of God, but it's not the name of God, it just means power. God means power. See? The Most High real name is Yahweh. See? So our name is Prince of the Prince of the Power. That interpret as sons of God. The Prince is the Son and the power is God. So our name, you see him, all right, see him like our America name, America. Wait mean? Nobody know. Jamaica, what Jamaica mean? Me don't know, probably somebody know. I'm not care if you know what Jamaica mean either. See? We know say one time it did name Jamaica or some crap like that. Our nation name, the name of our nation once upon a time was Yashar Allah, which means literally sons of God. So when we meet the other nation, them, that is what them have to call we sons of God. Them not feel good about that, because them no name so. Where them name? Moab. That is the Chinese, Moab. It stands for mother and father, which means my mother slept with her father. That's why them come out and look so. An incest baby them. You understand? So when the Chinese used to look on we, them couldn't like we because Them name my mother sleep with her father, and we name sons of God. Nobody would like we, but the Most High give we that name, so we could stand out, and that everybody would know who we are. But we no name so again. What we name? Jamaican, African American, Mexican, wetback, nigger, speak, Native Indian, Taino, Hispanic. And that we name now. That we name, we get names from the oppressor, from the slave master. So instead of the Most High, we live in with the Most High name when give it. That's why the Most High said the people that are called by my name, the Christian church, them butcher that. Them don't know what it mean. It means the people who are called the sons of God, Yashar Allah, Israel. The Most High say if we would humble ourselves and seek him face, meaning turn away from these idolatrous religions and come back to the laws, then he would heal our land. He might get them heathen they out of our land and set foot back in our land. And take us out of the various lands that we were brought over here captive. You understand? Yeah, man, a real sitting man, I don't know. That's why I would tell you, you know, look, we find strength in the Bible in hard time, but we don't reverence it in our way to solve a problem as a people. You understand? And that is because of the Christian church. You understand? Let me continue reading still. So it says, and the she-wolf, see, the she-wolf, 1 second. The she-wolf who nursed two brothers, Romulus and Remus, the future founders of Rome, when they were abandoned as infants. So that is where Valentine's Day come from. All right, so now we're going to jump down to how it became Valentine's Day. See? All right. So it said, in the 5th century AD, Pope Gelasius I replaced Lupercalia and declared that on February 14, people would celebrate Saint Valentine's instead, which was the same custom, the same practice, but a different name, rebranded. You understand? Let me continue reading. Although the story behind Saint Valentine's are a bit vague, some legends say that he was a Roman priest. So now them no want to look like the savages and uncivilized people that they really are. So now them rebrand it, repackage it. At this time now, the Romans, the same Romans, you know what I mean, would have killed our king, Yahawashi Mashiach, which the world called Jesus Christ. This was 500 years after, the 5th century would be 500 years after the murder of the king, them lynching. See? And now they are now hijacking our records now. So by reading our records, they must say, well, this beating of women and sacrificing dogs, you know, it no look too good, you know, because if we claim that we are now Christians, because they are the ones that became these so-called Christians. They used to call Israelites Christians who follow Christ, which Christian comes from Christ, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. They used to say Christian in a derogatory way. No, they became the Christians as a religion. Them turned that in a religion now, and they wanted to emulate the Bible, with scriptures. See? Well, not with Bible. At this time, there was no such thing as a Bible. There was just the Hebrew records. You understand? The different books that compiles the Bible. They were on scrolls and written in Hebrew and written in Greek, different places that we were, and even probably Latin at the time too. See? So now them want to get rid of them stained past now, where them kick we out of our homeland because 70 AD, 70 years after Yahawashi died, these same Romans, you know, that created Valentine's Day and Lupercalia, you know, them destroy our homeland, you know, and slaughter and enslave enough of we, you know. These same people who give us Valentine's Day, they are the ones that kick us out of our land. You understand? And slaughter us enough away. Over millions of us fled into Africa because of what they did. See? So now them are pretty it up. Them have our records now because, of course, them take over our homeland and everything. And them I use it because this record is so glorious. I mean, these people have a record that say them have a covenant with the Creator. And so much of these stories and thing and history about us, they make sure about it today. So it's no wonder the Romans back then would have wanted to steal it for themselves. So them steal it for themselves, them start paint a white Jesus, them start rebrand. You understand? But this Valentine's Day that the Romans push, which lives on in them religion called Christianity, was once Lupercalia, was once this disgusting holiday or festival. See? All right, what we are going to do now, we're going to jump to another article. Remember, tap up the screen. You know the thing already. You understand? Share on all social media platform. See? We're going to jump to, all right. I wonder if I should have read about the Romulus and Remus thing. All right. Hold on. All right, we're going to read part of it. So this is an article about Romulus and Remus. See? And it said, in Roman mythology, Romulus and his twin brother, Remus, were the founders of the city of Rome. They were the children of Rhea, Sylvia, and Mars. Are in some variation the demigod hero Hercules. You understand? So this Mars was Hercules. You understand? So, all right. We know about Hercules because we see it in all the oppressors' show. But we never know, say, it have nothing to do with, you know what I mean, Romans. Well, of course, enough people might know that. But these were things that the oppressor really subscribed to. All right, let me sidebar a little bit. All of these heroes, not national heroes, these superheroes, you know what I mean, really comes from Roman and Greek mythological gods, you know. But you notice how the oppressor do him thing? He make sure him exalt him culture. You understand? That's why you see Hercules, you see Thor, you know what I mean? You see all of these ancient Roman gods. These are gods where they used to worship, you know. Pray to, you know. Pray for prosperity and all them things there, you know. Them put them as heroes, superheroes in the movies. But you wouldn't know. Zeus is another one. Movies about Zeus and all them things there. It have come from real people who used to worship them as gods. And these were the Romans. This is the oppressor. And you see the oppressor is showing you his history, which is a lie. Them people are never really, there was no man called Hercules who could lift up everything and he was strong. Lie. You understand? All right, let me continue reading though. And their story is recorded by many authors, including Virgil, who claimed their birth and adventure. All right, let me scroll down to a specific part. So this say, the twins were first discovered by a she-wolf or Lupa. So that is where the word Lupercalia come from. This she-wolf named Lupa. So the celebrating Valentine's Day is you celebrating this she-wolf. You understand? Called Lupa or Lupercalia. See? Who suckled them and they were fed by a woodpecker or picus. Eventually, they were discovered and cared for by a shepherd and his wife, Fartilus and Acco Larentia. So that, you know what I mean, just a brief history on who these two twin brothers were. You know what I mean, they were also homosexuals as well. You understand? All right, we're going to jump to another article. See? So that our people can know that, look, you see these holidays, they are not innocent, man. You celebrate them and then you wonder, well, why is our life like this? You understand? Why is our life like this? Aren't we worshiping God? Am I not a Christian? You would have asked yourself. Eh? Though I read my Bible and I pray every day. See? All right, Chupa Sharash Gabar. Odessa, Texas in the house. Shalom, brother. Yahweh Yahshua Barakatha. You see? So you might ask yourself, then if me read my Bible and I pray every day, then why our life stay so? I mean, majority of Jamaicans are Christians. Even the rest of them are Christian. You understand? Even the rest of them are Christian. So why are we like, you know what I mean? We are the most. We suffer the most. We suffer the most poverty. We suffer the most this. We suffer the most that. You know what I mean? Aren't we doing what the Christian pastor says we do? When the Christian pastor say you should just believe in Jesus, hallelujah, and create this big ceremony in the church and clap and singing and you hear the tambourines are shake and, you know what I mean? You that think God in this up. I mean, him hold up the Bible. Him have the Bible open up and you know what I mean? And God said, you see? And I tell you, say, he might speak the word of God. Truly, the Bible is the word of God, but how he might teach it, him not break it down. Him not tell you, say, even what he's doing inside of that church. You know what I mean? Celebrating Valentine's Day is a sin against God according to the very Bible. Him not tell you that. Him hold up the Bible. You know what I mean? And whenever you have questions about what he's teaching, him say you know for question God. Without no point, the Most High tell you say you know for question him. The Most High welcome questions. If you have questions, the Most High answer your questions. You understand? But the Christian church, what them do? Them discourage you from asking questions so you can give them your blind faith. But the Bible says faith without work is dead. Meaning if you not keep the Most High laws, where your faith for? You believe in a Jesus. To what end? You not do what Jesus do. You not keep the laws them. You understand? All right, so now we're going to jump back to some more article. See? 1 second. All right, what we're going to touch upon now, we're going to touch upon Cupid. So now we're going to touch upon another symbol of Valentine's Day. Cupid. See? Cupid. And where Cupid come from. See? And was he always Cupid? These are one of the symbols of Valentine's Day that little baby. I put him up on the screen. That little baby with wings. You understand? What them call Cupid. Which it should be no surprise that the Roman Catholic Church portray angels as little baby boys. You know what I mean? The common sense would tell you why them do that. Because it is no longer a secret as to what they do in the Roman Catholic Church. They molest little baby boy. That is their fetish. So every angel where you see is usually a naked boy baby with wings. You understand? And don't be deceived, you know. That is the art of the oppressor and portray where him love. You understand? And it is no accident why every time you see an angel, it is usually a young little baby boy. The oppressor tell you where him fetish is. You know what I mean? That is what the oppressor does. Him portray him art's desire in imagery. You see it on the TV. You see it in movies. He might tell you where him art stay. You understand? So Cupid now, this usually a white baby boy with wing. You see? And sidebar, that is not what an angel look like. Ezekiel 1 tell you what an angel look like. An angel have 4 faces. You understand? One like a lion, one like a bull, one like a eagle. And him have 4 wings, and him look fierce and terrible to look upon. If you saw angel, you would probably think alien. You know what I mean? Especially if you saw them come down in a thing, their chariot, which the world call a UFO. You would think alien, but they're not alien. They're just the angels are the most that. You understand? All right, so we're going to tell you a little bit about Cupid. See? And show you that all of this is the opposite of what you think Valentine's Day is all about. Remember, you know, our people think Valentine's Day is about love coming together, showing your wife love, showing your husband love. When in fact, the people are the symbologies representing Valentine's Day, as well as its origin, has nothing to do with that. And in this case, it's really the opposite. It's not about love, it's about manipulation. And then you wonder why Valentine's Day is about manipulation. You understand? We're going to scroll down. Let me find this first. All right, let me read the heading. It says, Cherubic Cupid is everywhere on Valentine's Day. Here's why that famous embodiment of desire is a child. All right. So I will scroll down. Scroll down. This says, every year on February 14, Valentine's Day is marked by shades of pink, flowers, chocolate, romantic movies, and wine, and images of a magical baby boy who flies around shooting arrows at people. You know what I mean? You see that on every TV show. You understand? Today, you know what I mean? Every show is about love and Valentine's Day, and you know what I mean? The more fictional kind of shows will show you Cupid and one bag of foolishness. The advertisements, you will see it in it too as well. Just like when at Christmas time, you see a lot of Santa Claus and one bag of thing. You know what I mean? Which will break down Santa Claus in a previous class and show you what that is all about. All of them come from some little murky beginnings. You understand? And continue reading. But despite his infant form, that baby, widely known these days as Cupid, began his mythological life as a man who had more power than any god. All right, let me continue reading. Scroll down. This says, the original Cupid was more of a heartthrob than a cherub. What is that saying? This is saying a heartthrob. See? More than a cherub. A cherub is an angel. So it basically I make you know that Cupid begin, the original one, was anything but an angel. In our mind, an angel would be a messenger from God. You know what I mean? When you call somebody an angel, you say, this is a good person. This is really telling you that Cupid was not a good person. You understand? Trace back to 700 BC, this character of legend was called Eros. That was his name, Eros. See? The Greek word for desire. So his power was, you know what I mean, or his name basically symbolized desire. All right, let me continue reading. In archaic period, Eros, the son of Aphrodite. Right, now we are get somewhere now. So Eros, the son of Aphrodite. Remember, Eros is Cupid. He was the son of Aphrodite. Who is Aphrodite? The goddess of love. See? So Aphrodite was the goddess of love. See? So who is Cupid? So in the archaic period, Eros would play with the heart of mortal and gods to cause mayhem. So it wasn't about shooting an arrow to make anybody fall in love, you know. It was playing with somebody's heart to cause mayhem. And isn't that what took place on Valentine's Day? People played with each other's heart. That is the spirit of Valentine's Day. Your woman cheating on you on Valentine's Day because somebody offer a gift or offer to bring her to a hotel, you know what I mean? Or to some take her up on a nice date so she can post on social media, and you being broke, you can't afford it. So what? Your woman cheat upon you on Valentine's Day. Or if you know, on the other hand now, you have the money to seduce an ex-man woman. You use your money, you know what I mean, manipulate this woman, I guess playing Cupid, because that is what Cupid do, manipulate. See, take out an ex-woman, an ex-man woman on a date and sleep with her. That is the mayhem. That is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is not about love. Let's be honest. If you don't have that gift to give a woman on Valentine's Day, she'll leave you. Or she hate you. And she talk bad about you. Valentine's Day is not about no love. I mean, 364 days of the year, you know. See? On a war, on a cuss, on a fight, on a hate each other. And we go come together upon love upon one day. That should be, we should look at that at the oppressor and see that as a manipulation by the oppressor. That is a day the oppressor is telling us that we should love each other. The oppressor him oppress us all the days of the year. See? And then, you know what him do? Because we are the slaves. See? This is what him do. Him give you a day for show your woman love. Alright, we go on a day. We oppress you for the rest of the year now. We go on a day for celebrate. In give you Valentine's Day. Show your woman some love. So basically what you do is show your woman love when the oppressor says for show your woman love. You understand? Or give you Christmas. Alright, go out and give gifts to each other. I want to show Thanksgiving. I want to show kindness to each other when the oppressor says so. And the rest of the year, I want to hate each other. Because the oppressor says so. Because the oppressor set the condition for we hate each other. You understand? It's manipulation. And guess what happens during those days? The oppressor benefits financially. You know what I mean? He manipulate with circumstances and then he profit monetarily. Our fight. That is it. That is the true spirit behind these holidays. Manipulations. You understand? That's why we implore you, come to the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, YAHANNA. Know when you are being played. I mean, the Most High gave us holy days. And these holy days have real meaning. When the Most High freed us, rescue us from our enemies. Real meaning. It's not days, it is actually days for us to be merry and happy. Not days for us to be stressed. The most stress take place on Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter. If you can't find the Easter bun, you're stressed. If you can't give your mother 2 Easter bun, or give your woman 2 Easter bun, or buy some Easter bun for your picnic them, you're stressed. Same thing on Christmas. If you can't find the Christmas present, you're stressed. And you know your woman are going to leave you if you can't give her a Christmas present. Or you can't pay for your big Christmas dinner. See? You know your woman are going to leave you if you can't give her a Valentine's Day present. Or you can't carry her out to a nice restaurant so she can go up on social media and stun on her friend them. So your stress is a day of stress. And our sisters, if them can't get that on these days, them feel depressed and lonely and feel like nobody no love them. You understand? This is the evil of these holidays, man. These holidays don't do nothing good but stress out the children of Israel and make our hearts cooler to each other. That's all it does. You understand? And why you don't just bring your woman out on any other day? Why you don't buy her a gift on any other day? Why you choose Valentine's Day? Because you really are doing what the oppressor tell you to do. You understand? And in truth and honesty, we just don't love each other. Zane, let me continue read this though. So it said, Eros would play with the hearts of mortal and gods to cause mayhem. depicted as a young man in his late teens. So he wasn't a little baby boy, you know, he was a teenager, a late teenager. See? He was considered both handsome and threatening, as he would use his power to make people fall in love. You understand? All right, so we're going to jump to some more article. See? Why is we going to jump to? We are jump to another, we call it now. We are jump to another symbol of Valentine's Day, and this time we are talking the heart shape. See? So if anybody know, could you tell me what the heart looks like? Or what, before we go there, before we say what the heart looks like, see? Before we go to what the heart looks like, see? What is the heart? Because we know what the oppressor show us the heart as looking like, see? Or what him tell with the heart look like. But what is the heart? When the Bible say, you know what I mean? When the Bible refer to the heart, see, God knows the heart of man. Or it implies that evil in somebody's heart. Wait a talk about. If anybody know, just type it in the chat or type it in the comments. In the meanwhile, I'm going to draw up this heart shape on the screen. You understand? 1 second. All right, for time's sake, the heart is really the mind. You understand? When the Bible refers to the heart, it talk about the mind. No, the oppressor tell us that the organ in the chest will pump blood, that it is the heart. All right. Then why him show us that symbol always painted in red? All right. If you look on any TikTok video, you will see it. If you double tap any video on TikTok, you will see that heart. See? Why him show us that and call it the heart? When we know the heart is really an organ in the chest that don't look nothing like what him show us the heart looking like, or the so-called heart that is in the chest. See? The so-called heart that is in the chest, it don't look nothing like what the oppressor say heart look like. All right. I'm going to show you what the heart symbol really means. See? Remember, again, tap up the screen. If you have questions, you can just leave it in the comments. You understand? In the chat. You know the thing already. All right. So we're going to touch upon 1 second. One second. All right. So I'll tell you what this art really is. Firstly, let me just put, hold on, no, I'm going to reach this yet. All right, let me just read this. So it says, the familiar double-lobbed art symbol seen on Valentine's Day, you know what I mean? Cards and candy was inspired by the shape of a human female buttocks. That same heart-shaped thing there, I now have a picture it in front of me. Then, all right, what am I going to do? I'm going to make you see it. I'm going to turn around the screen and make you see what I go on. I'm going to put it up back on this screen here as well, on StreamYard. See? All right. One second. I just want to show you what I talk about. See? 1 second. All right. This thing here. See? When we know the art really look like this. Or what the oppressor call the art. Because we know that the real art is your mind. You understand? Now, what is this? The article when I just read, I'm going to read it again. You understand? So I'm going to fling it up back on the screen now. See? 1 second. 1 second. So it said the familiar double-labbed art symbol seen on Valentine's Day cards and candy was inspired by the shape of a human female buttocks or bottom. You understand? I'll show you what that really looks like. See? This is it. I'm put that on the screen. This is what you're really looking at, you know. You understand? You now look on the organ where the oppressor call the art, you know. You really look on a woman bend over. You understand? Let me continue reading that article. See? And you see that symbol on Valentine's Day in the Christian church too. Them use it a lot. See? And them use it to represent love. Where them get that from? They get it from this. So it said, as seen from the rear. So it means it has a, let me read it again. The familiar double-labbed art symbol seen on Valentine's Day cards and candies was inspired by the shape of a human female buttocks as seen from the rear. So from the rear, Slakia. So it's a woman bent over. You understand? According to a professor of psychology who studies the origin, the origin, history, and symbolism of the February 14 holiday, talking about Valentine's Day. Now we scroll down and tell you. So, who for bottom this? Where the bottom you come from? Is the question. Why is that bottom so popular that you see it everywhere now, especially during Valentine's Day? We're going to read this. It said, the Greek goddess of beauty, Aphrodite. You remember Aphrodite? The mother of Cupid or Eros. Let me continue reading. Was beautiful all over, but was unique in that her buttocks or her bottom were especially beautiful. Her shapely rounded hemisphere were so appreciated by the Greeks that they built a special temple, Aphrodite Kalipygos, which literally means goddess with the beautiful bottom or goddess with the beautiful ass. You understand? This was probably the only religion or religious building in the world that was dedicated to buttocks or bottom worship. You understand? So that heart-shaped symbol where you see is really Aphrodite's bottom. She is the mother of Eros. 1 second. She is the mother of Eros or Cupid. See? So that is why you see that everywhere. You understand? That is why you see that everywhere. And this was an idol, Aphrodite. And bear in mind, Aphrodite is the mother of hermaphrodite. You know what I mean? You know the term hermaphrodite? That is another Greek mythological god. This now is what do I call it? Well, a hermaphrodite. Man and woman organ. That is where the word comes from. And it comes from Aphrodite's name because is fear child and Hermetis. So what I think that's the father name. So a two idol come together, have sex, and then form a child called hermaphrodite. But the name comes from Aphrodite or Aphrodite. See? That is where it comes from. So you see how evil all of this is. It's one bag of Eden, foolishness and madness. And this is celebrated in the Christian church under the guise of Valentine's Day. You understand? That is what is taking place inside of the Christian church, being pushed by the Christian church. All right. So Let me see what else me have here. 1 second. 1 second. All right, so that is basically it. What we are going to do now, we're going to jump to some scripture. I'll tell you what the Bible says. You understand? You know the thing already. The Bible we're teaching about. We have to break down them things. Show you them origin. Show you why them evil. So that when we read the Bible now, we can see the Bible in a real light and know and say, yo, these instructions that the Most High give us inside of the Bible, they are really practical. And that is the reason why we name Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you know. Because we want to take the mythology out of the Bible. We want to show you, say, everything what the Most High say in the Bible is practical. It's no mythology. It is no fairy tale. The Bible is a real book. The problem is, you understand, it has been taught to us by people who don't know the Bible. You understand? All right, so we're going to read some scriptures. And 1 second. First scripture we may have to read now. All right, let me find it. All right, we're going to read Exodus 20 and 3. I'll read down to 5. See? This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 3. And it says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Right. When the Most High said that, it was him giving you instructions that are practical. Even to this day. You understand? Even today, this is still practical. Because we're in the Christian church and we think that we are keeping this commandment. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't see nobody a worship no statue. And the Christian church, them so evil, you know, in that them not sure you say, for the most part, it does not necessarily mean bowing down and worship a statue. You know what I mean? It means, in enough cases, partaking in customs that surrounds the worship of another God. You understand? And when you do that, you're putting a God beside the Most High, or above the Most High. Let me read that again. Thou shalt have no other God before me. You understand? Don't worship Valentine's Day. You might think that you're celebrating a holiday. You're worshiping a God. Because the people who gave you Valentine's Day, their real intention is to carry on their tradition of their ancestors. And these traditions is the worship of idol gods. To show that your Christian pastors, they are not good shepherds. You know? See? They are not good leaders. They wouldn't even investigate to find out, say, oh, of course, you know that they can't do nothing about it. They have to just go with the flow, but for argument's sake. They wouldn't even investigate and tell us, say, well, something wrong about these customs. Let my church not partake. All of them partake. All of them do the same thing. If, you know what I mean, if one differ from the next is not by much. And by wholly, all of them believe practically the same thing. And the whole of them capitalize off of these holidays because they want your money. You understand? And if you're doing the I.S.U.P.K, you're not going to know how little a Christian know, you know. And you would be intimidated by them because you don't know better. For example, they in a supermarket and I see this woman who always a preach. See her a pray over a little young girl and the little young girl a cry and in my mind too, me don't pre-Christians as some psycho and crazy people. Me go over there in a concern for find out what really wrong with that little girl there. I wonder if the woman you know what I mean? I do nothing. I frighten her. Come see she a bad. Come to find out is her daughter. I'm saying in my mind now, boy, you can't imagine with a little girl you have to go through. Living a life of fear constantly. Because she a pray over a little girl a bad. So I say, what wrong with you? Little girl say nothing. Hear what the big woman say now, we love preach. She see danger come. In my mind, I say, you see danger come? What kind of danger? She said she can't see danger, she can't see destruction and rare. I mean, I say in my mind, another smaddy in the Christian church. But in my mind, I know say, you see them people and you fear them. You look upon them as having spiritual power and them use that and manipulate the money out of the pocket. That is how them eat. See? And then me have a conversation with her. Me I say, oh, me think something is wrong with her. Me I wonder if I sick, she sick. Why you pray over her and thing. And I say, all right then, moment. I say a word, man. See? And she say, all right, young man. Happy holidays. And me I say, no happy holidays. We're not supposed to celebrate Christmas. That was in Christmas time. And she said, no, man, we have to celebrate them things. Rare. And I say, yo, we don't have to celebrate no holiday, man. Them holidays yeah, have idolatrous origin. And she says, no, man, me I say that's what the Bible say. We must not celebrate these holidays. You know what I mean? And she basically like she say, what you talk about? And rare. Me say, mommy, you ask me or you tell me. Because tell me, I tell you something, you know. And then she go quiet. And you realize that she talk to somebody who know the Bible. See? And then she just cut. You know what I mean? Because she don't know the Bible. She just preach Christianity. She don't even know it's Christmas not for celebrate. You understand? So all the way you see the Christian church are going with. See? For the most part, them don't know. But you depend upon them to guide you to righteousness or for blessings or for lead you out of a life of sin. And to be honest, them can't help you. Can't help you. Let me continue to read this. It says, Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Talking about Lupercalia or Valentine's Day. You understand? Christmas, Easter. Let me continue reading. Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Right. Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. You know what I mean? So to bow down and worship them or serve them, serving them would be you participating in Lupercalia, talking about giving Valentine's Day present and all them things. That is how you serve these gods. You understand? Giving the Christmas gift, cooking the Christmas feast. You understand? Giving the Easter bun, which is really Semiramis cakes that they used to give pan, you know what I mean, to the Queen of Heaven, which is Ishtar, which is Semiramis, which is the same Aphrodite. Different kingdom call them different thing. And 100 years from now, you have to hear say them name Valentine's Day, you have to change to something different. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? It said, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the father upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So that is why you should not celebrate Valentine's Day, because guess what? The most you have a curse your pitney and your pitney. So you play the whore upon Valentine's Day, the prostitute. You know what I mean? Having a husband, but yet still sleeping with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different men on Valentine's Day because them give you a Valentine's Day present. So you can boast on social media or you enjoy your Valentine's Day. You being that whore, your little daughter will grow up and turn a whore to a worse whore than you. You understand? You, brother, being that whoremonger who seduce a next man woman from him and sleep with her. See, once upon a time, adultery would be a death penalty offense, you know. You'd get stoned to death, you know. And that alone should tell you how evil that is. If the Most High say a death penalty for that. I mean, the Most High never say thief is a death penalty, you know. He say a thief should give back when thief 7 times. You understand? Him do that so that thief knows that them not a thief. But from him go as far and say an adulterer and an adulteress we get put to death. And him go as far as say, put away evil from Israel. Meaning, killing them is you putting away evil from Israel. You must know how serious you being a whore is. Or you being a whoremonger as a man. There's no joke thing, man. Serious thing. But of course, we know there's nobody putting anybody to death today because we're not in our kingdom. You understand? We're not in our kingdom where our government structure is set up like that. You understand? Don't think that it was just random people stoning people to death. It was a structure. The priests, they were like the government officials. You understand? Them carry out it as judgment. You go through a trial and everything. It wasn't this, you know what I mean, this uncivilized thing. You understand? And the death penalty wasn't the electric chair. The death penalty wasn't the lethal injection or the firing squad. It was stoned to death. And that would be the penalty for a whore and a whoremonger or a sodomite or a LGBT. See? So these are not joke things to the Most High. And him say, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and to the third and fourth generation means your great-great-grandparents. For them sin you pay for now. So when it go stop, because remember, you know, you add sin for your pitney them come inherit, you know. And you add the terrible sin of worshiping another God. That piss off the Most High the most out of all of the sin there. Because who you are going to repent to when you live your life as a whore, when you live your life as a whoremonger, as a man, who you are going to repent to, who you are going to say, forgive me and change to Aphrodite? The Most High not even in the picture, so you over there celebrate the Most High law, and who you are going to turn to? The same idol, the Christian church. It come like you cut off from the Most High now because you worship another God. You can't even remedy the problem where you cause. The situation where you can't have fix because you not worship the Most High. You not come to him and say forgive you. You're going to go to Aphrodite or the Christian church. You're going to pray to that white Jesus for forgiveness. So the real God not hear you. He not hear you. Him not get no apology from you. A white Jesus get it. When you go to the Christian church, see, and you go to the altar and you confess your sin, and you say, yes, you live your life a terrible way and and you want change. The God in the Bible not hear that, you know. I know him you go to, you know. And guess what? You go to the Christian church and you go into the church and become a worse whore, a worse faggot, a worse whoremonger, a worse thief and murderer than you was in the world. You understand? Zin? I know that Jesus dead for. Him not dead so you can continue being a whore. When tell the woman where them did a plan for stone to death, go and sin no more. Then you have to find out what is sin. What was she caught in? She was caught in adultery. So when Jesus tell her to go do, don't be an adulteress no more. Meaning keep the law that says you must not sleep with the next man who is not your husband. Because Jesus kept the law. The black man named YAHANNA Mashiach, who the world called Jesus Christ, him kept the law. Him is not that faggot in the Christian church, that white Jesus, that forgive every faggot, every lesbian, every, you know what I mean, every whoremonger in that church, every pedophile in that church. That is not the Jesus of the Bible. The Jesus of the Bible said, look, go and sin no more. Stop being a filthy, disgusting sinner. Which means what? You have to keep the laws. Because the Bible tells you, sin is the transgression of the law. Meaning, when you break the laws in the Old Testament, that is what a sin is. You understand? That's why it is a sin to celebrate Valentine's Day. You understand? You can't celebrate it through life short. So you think life short means you have to sin against the Most High? Well, your life will go shorter. Because the Most High will make sure say your man catch your cheat upon him and cut off your head. I mean, the penalty was stoned to death. So why you think enough women get put to death today? The Most High work. The Most High tell you already, if evil happen in the city, is there evil in the city and I have not done it? When you hear say a woman head get chopped off, we not tell nobody to go out there and chop off no woman head, you know. I go burn up woman with iron because she cheat on you, you know. We not tell nobody to do that. But when them things happen, who do it? At the most time make it happen. Because you was a whore. And the penalty for being a whore is what? Death. So where you want to be a whore and live? You understand? The most I allow evil to happen. You understand? But what the Christian church tell you? A Satan make bad happen and God make good happen. Virgin, listen to me, man. In the Bible, when you read it, and God do all of the killing. God do all of the killing. When those brothers came up against Moses, who made the earth open up and swallow them? Not the Most High. Who killed the Egyptians? Not the Most High. If you are counting a rude boy, Zin, the Most High must have gone 100 million people in our Bible, you know. 100 million bodies, you know. The Most High do the most killing, but the Christian church may going to take the Most High for fool. And then you wonder why you go through, why your head get chopped off for cheat by your husband. Because the Christian pastor say, yo, woman be loose. So you feel like you can go find a next man. No such thing, virgin. Most time they depend that. But he never hear he never hear your repentance because you go give your repentance to the Christian church. So you never talk to God to begin with to get the proper instruction for no say, look, it don't care if your man please your sex. The man some strong back juice or something. Stop stress out the man. Probably I stress where you give the man, make the man now work properly. You understand? You need to kick into. You know what I mean? So okay, I don't mean for sidebar. Zin? One second, let me check the internet. Make sure everything to with the internet. You know what I mean? It look like the internet freeze over. So so the stream, you know what I mean? The internet a move away. So what we're gonna do? We basically covered everything, you know what I mean? So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna close out with the security announcement. If you have questions, just remember to put your questions in the chat. You understand? Subscribe to I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. Follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, you know what I mean, Instagram, you understand, Twitter, and as well as TikTok. So with that, we're gonna jump to the security announcement. All right, so these are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. So that after this 6-month period, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew one is pronounced ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you'd like to give. All right, so if you want to support the truth, just go to ISUPK144.com. See? And pay your tithes. You understand? We're going to put it up on the screen. At the top right-hand corner, you will see, you know what I mean, tithes and donation. So just click that button, pay your tithes, and make a donation there. You understand? Upcoming Holy Convocation. So the next Holy Convocation is the Feast of Purim, which is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. This is Sunday the 5th of March and Monday the 6th of March. You understand? This is in the book of Esther chapter 9 and verse 20 to 31. Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we say, I Mariam, which means to stand. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Sar, which means to turn. Wapanya Akodam, which means and face the east. Abanawa. Shabashamaya, Kwadash, Aya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Aya, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Aya, Bashamaya, Nathanlanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawabwatnawa, Kasalatnawa, Kawabwatenawa, Wala'a, Sabaya Anawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Awashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwat, Wa'ala, Wa'athapara, La'aiwalamia. Amen. In English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever so be it. Amen. This is the prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that has done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always, so be it. All right, so this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'wakasha, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Larpa'a, Kalmakala, Bakal Madawa, Hakak, Lata'a, Amatazarayam, Hakak, Alrakawat, Atama'ala, Lagarashan, Ba'asham Yahushai, Tuwara Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. All right, this is a prayer for the blessings to bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Baraklanawa, Ba'yasharala, Ba'a, Ba'yatsapariam, Barak, Rapa'a, Magan, Hagan, Commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the young men and the sisters, Ba'asham Yahushai, Tuwara Aman. In English, what we said was, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. All right, we're going to give one courtesy salute. We're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I'm Adium Shabbat. I'm Adium, Barak, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Barakathum. Yalamata, class dismissed. All right, so like this video, share on all social media platforms. You know what I mean? Subscribe to I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. As well as if you have questions, just leave it in the comment section. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Follow us on all social media platforms. You know the thing already. Shalom.
They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole. Was never expected to grow. Just hustle, go stand in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles are making it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, man. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shit. Shots off like farewell, brown like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words, ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you the Lord, fuck the cards to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a